Alright, so here we have PlayStation 5 controller with stick drift issues. It's been about a year and a half of use, and I already switched the horizontal stick drift problem. Now I got vertical stick drift problems. Gotta open it up and figure out which one of these two I gotta change. I don't change the whole part, I just change the potentiometer, which is easier. Instead of, because my sticks are fine, it's just that the potentiometer problem is giving me stick drift issues, and sometimes when I let go of the thumbstick, my character, like if I'm flying a plane, it just wanna go, it just goes down by itself, so it starts glitching out and whatnot. At first, when I was looking to the sides, when I looked to the sides, and like it kind of went like crazy looking all over, and sometimes I had like a, I don't know, like a lag when I used to look to the sides. So let's get on to it. All you gotta do is pry this open right here, and you lift up. That's the first. Let's get that out of the way. The rest is, there's two screws underneath here. Get in there. Let's put these to the side, and then you want to push it down, go underneath here, and pry it up carefully. You don't want to break the thing. Or either way, you can pry it off. All you gotta do is pry this thing off from in here. I think it's easier with something to reach down there. And that's what happens. I'll get that other part later. You got two more screws under there. Let's put these to the side. Now here's another tricky part. You gotta pry the rest of the shell off carefully. But there's two clips here you gotta be careful with, otherwise you're gonna break them. Pry them up a little bit and start prying all the way around it, little by little. And it should at one point give up. Oh, there we go. I switched my console off the power, so I knew that was gonna happen, so it don't turn on your console by accident. Just unplug it from the power. When you lift up, you gotta lift outwards. First thing I do, wait until it stops blinking, and then take the battery off. Jiggle it a little bit. Now we gotta start taking apart the rest of the thing off. So here we have, there's one screw here, one screw here. There's one in the middle holding that case. But beforehand, just be careful with this mic. Let me get a little tweezers. really fragile. I think I could. Which one was it? Oh, I think it's this one you gotta take off. You can leave that one there. I don't have the best pliers for this. They just slip off. I don't want to break the thing. It's not out yet. Don't grab it underneath here for no reason. You gotta grab the whole thing. And it's not. These things are way too. Let me go grab another pliers. Alright. So I got a bit more better rigid pliers, and it's still slipping off. Seriously, all of this in the way just makes it rather more complicated. Because this one's in, it goes through the ribbon all the way to the outside of the shell, and then you can't pull it off. So before you let anything go, make sure you disconnect everything you need to. These have to come out. Wiggle them out. Because I think these stays, those two sticks stay in, and the rest of the thing comes off. I don't remember quite well. It's been roughly like 5 months since I switched already the vertical stick drift problem. I mean the horizontal. Now I got the vertical problem. Is there anything else? Oh, this whole thing comes off too. But I think I'm gonna have to take this one off too. So the whole thing came off like that. Let's put it back where it was. Now you have to take this one. This one's for the touchpad. Take your time. Be really careful with it.
Introducing Grammarly, a digital writing assistant that you can install.
I often wonder why in a playlist you get ads. That's one thing I had about that. Something's still holding this down. Oh, there's clips here, I forgot. Wait, but this is for like... Oh. Okay, so you only need to take this screw off. Because this is what you really want. This is what you want. Carefully move things to the side. Go slow. Take your time. Patience. Alright, so here you go. So my problem is vertical on the left pad. If I'm right, let me just, yep. So I got vertical issues on the left pad. Make sure you put the speaker out of the way. Here we go. There's my problem. Whoops. Start prying it off like just a teeny bit off in the corners, off in the corners, off in the corners until you get it open like this. Then you can check operation. I remember when you used to pick the parts off of operations, dude. It's really weird how games this is really tedious, man. Here we go. Okay, so what I seen off of these things, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this well. Focus on me, come on. Can't show it off. You're gonna see it goes like this, right? So you're gonna see a little metal here, and then like some sort of a fork onto the sides. In the insides you're gonna see like some sort of fork. Barely notice that. Sometimes those forks break off and you get a real bad stick drift issue. Sometimes you just change this and you're good to go. But the other problem is inside of here, there's like some sort of carbon in there, and if you see like the carbon is wear off and it's basically you're seeing like copper beneath that, it's bad. So let me check right quick. Yeah, I gotta change it. It's bad. It's not worn all the way down, but I bet there's a lot of trash in there that is giving me like a wrong reading, and that's why I'm getting vertical stick drift issue. And sometimes this part is good. That part is good. Sometimes you can just get away from changing one. Why is this? Sometimes you can get away, like, I don't know why the camera is like moving to the sides or something. So sometimes you can get away with changing this part and your other part. The common most wear horizontal on the right stick and vertical on the left stick. That's your two most sensor wear outs, potentiometers, whatever, because the other ones you barely use because you're always like pushing forward. Let me grab another controller I have here. I got a PS4 controller. Sometimes I already had to replace the vertical on this one, which means the horizontal on this one is about to go out. This was my PS4 controller, but when I play PS4 games, I use my PS4 controller, and when I play PS5 games, I use my PS5 controller. Because sometimes you play PS4 games on your PS5, so. But yeah, I already had to switch the horizontal on the right. Probably would have to change the vertical on the left too as well on this. So next part is, if you want, you can desolder these cables so it's negative on top, positive on the bottom. You desolder those and you can take the whole part out. They should have made some sort of connector for those cables too instead of welding them together, which I would plan out to do that, because I repair my controllers. I'm not gonna keep buying every year and a half a new controller because of a stick drift issue. Hell no. So let's start warming up our hot iron, which I would have had to I should have done that. But let's just wait till that thing gets hot and we'll be right back. Okay, so hot iron is hot. I want to weld these out of the way. Move this out of the way. Now these are really tough to unweld from here, man. Taking a little bit of, I know that's not like the right paste for this job, but whatever works. Just clean it with rubbing alcohol. Fairly clean, but it helps to melt the solder off. What you want to do is try to melt all three at the same time and then pull it off. I hope I have a big enough tip to get all these three together. I don't have a hot air gun, so it's gonna be quite tough. But once I get this out, I'll show you how to put the new one in as soon as you get all that up. As soon as you get all that out. Alright, so it's out. It's not gonna show on camera, because I don't know for what reason it doesn't focus, but if you could see in the inner ring, there's like an outer ring and an inner ring. If you can see that shiny part right there, that's where the problem is. Right there. It went through the conductive surface of it, and that's what starts giving you off a wrong reading. So now we just gotta get this solder off of here, so you won't have no problems sliding the new one back in. Make sure the three holes are clean with the wick. You clean it off, make those three holes, and then so you could just slide the new one in and pop it in. Remove it from the replacement part you got and put it in, and we still got a new spare one in case that give me any other problems. So I'm gonna be using this one for this vertical and the other one for the PS4 vertical. Okay, so here's a little trick. If you don't have wick, just grab a piece of wire and heat it up towards there, and you can start cleaning off all that solder off of there. the same as the wig. As soon as it's clogged up with solder, start chopping it off. You keep doing the same process. Rinse and repeat. You can go straight. And unplug that hole. I almost had it. You don't need to remove the whole thing, just unplug the hole. Oh. What? Really? Okay, I just did the first one. There was a lot of solder in there, man. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna have a harder time. You're trying to put in the new piece in. Oh, I'm gonna burn my hand and my fingers now. Grabbing a piece of wire. Cut off some of it. Give it a little twist. Maybe clean this off. If you don't have flux, it won't stick. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it. Whatever gets the job done right. then I just clogged that one back up. It's a problem when they don't absorb that solder. So if you can't punch through the hole, it's gonna be a little bit hard. And clean the iron. Otherwise, that's another problem. I got one, and the other one is now acting up. Look at all. What? Already? Like, you see it's a little bit of solder, it ain't. Cause that hole almost all the way through is full of solder. Same thing, just peel off more wire, twist it. Wix is better, but I don't got any. That's two open. Same process I did with, oh shit, just burned myself. Got a little bit of burn there. Almost done with that one. The last one, let's just do it and then move on. Alright, so I got it done. All three holes are unclogged. So now we just take off this piece, slide it in there, but first off, let's clean off all this residue off of here. And you have to be really careful. Like if you're doing this with a wire, let me just clean off this first. I always when I'm done with it, I use a toothbrush and clean the whole board with rubbing alcohol. On the side I'm working on, not this side. On this side you only clean where the paste goes through, right? Because if you don't really clean off that paste, it's gonna lead to some sort of kind of like an awkward corrosion that goes on here. Just clean it off. Remember, your negative goes on top and your positive on the bottom for the rumble packs. Let's move all this junk out of the way. Have a cushion there. So now, move that out of the way. What is this? Do the exact same thing on here. Just pry it off, little by little. It'll come out, but take your time. See, I already got one side. If you got nails, that also work. You don't want to ruin have a new potentiometer. Don't bother taking that out of there. This is supposed to be brand new and it looks kind of dirty. What the hell? You gotta be really OCD with this kind of stuff. Electronics is like... It was dirty for real. The swab even came out. What? How is a new piece be dirty like that? Oh my god, nah. I'm gonna go a little bit further in because I'm not liking that dirt. Make sure it's clean. I don't want to put my controller back together and then have stick drift issues because brand new, supposedly brand new piece was dirty. Swap. Bro, what the fuck is this even is? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Yo, that was mad dirty in there. Look. That was mad dirty in there. That kind of stuff also makes your controller stick drift. Sometimes you don't even have to be the potentiometer. If you get a hair in there, or if you get any sort of particle in there, you're gonna have stick drift issues. For real. Let me double look, it's dirty as hell. This looks like a used part, man. You gotta be careful with what you buy online. It says it's brand new and it's not. Let me check this thing. all right. Let me just wipe off the. This one now. This part is really. And you don't want a piece of a hair in the cotton swab. And the view is like, dude, I don't understand. You're gonna see them. It's like 3 points of contact on top and below with a. It's gonna be like a fork. I got crap on my now. There's gonna be like a fork underneath, and then the top contact. Double check if there's no debris. Ah, see it. There's a hair of the swab in there. Let me take this hair off. I think I got it. Nope. I think I have it. Yeah, there's no debris now. And then you always put that top part opposite to the feet of the potentiometer. Make sure it's straight. Clip it back into place. So now that I have the holes unclogged, you just slide it in. Sorry about the view. Now you just slide it in there. You place it in the holes where it used to go. Straighten out the legs. Hold up. Make sure it's facing horizontally. Place it in the hole. You gotta wiggle it in. Well, it's not going through. I think one of them needs more. I gotta remove more out of the last one. For some reason it didn't. It's not wide enough. I feel the pressure on just one side of it. there's more. Dang. You just gotta take your time with this stuff. There's a lot more in there. Like, I could see through, but there's a lot more. Because, there we go. That's better. Still clogged. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's still clogged. Why? Peeling new wire. Piece of new wire. Get more of that out of there. Dude, seriously, now the middle one, I'm not heating. Yo, this is, well, takes time if you do it like this, and if you don't got the proper stuff like wicks and all of that stuff, well, eventually you're gonna take your time, but you will eventually do it. That looks fairly wide enough. Clean this again. The feet, like they're a little bit more wide, just a teeny tad bit. Make sure you don't got no debris on there. This freaking hole, I did the wrong one. the last hole. I think I got it. If you try to do it this way and it don't work, you can do it. Make sure the thing fits without applying too much pressure in it, because there's like there's copper tubes that go from one side to the other, because you got more traces over here. You got more traces on top, and then there's like a copper tube that goes through the board to the other traces on the other side, because you got traces on both sides of the board. So you got to be careful when you put this in. Make sure those are clean. If you can use a little bit of pressure, it'll be okay, but don't use too much pressure, because if you damage that, then you're gonna have a problem, which happened to me already once. And I had to trace a wire from one side to the other. And then what you want to do is you're gonna bend this a little bit outward, not too much. See, they're like upswept. Fit it in the hole, jiggle it down a little bit, make sure the thing is set, because if you don't do this, there's no way you're gonna set this in the proper placement where it's supposed to go. So make sure this has like a flat, it's like a flat angle, see, like from over here, what makes it turn. Make sure that's in place when you put it back, so make sure it's vertical, straight, and you clip it. Make sure it clips back in. Once you're done with that, straighten out the legs. Make sure that's in. Make sure it tilts, rotates. Looks good. Resolder it back. It only takes a teeny tad bit of solder. Clean the iron again. Got like a grinding block for this. So now we want to solder that back, which I have left the teeniest bit of solder left, and if I'm not mistaken, now I can't find it, and I had it somewhere over here, and if I can't find that, there's no way I'm gonna be able to put this controller back together. I'm gonna have to run and get more solder. Yo, this can't be happening. I thought I had more. I'm gonna hold on to this sensor just in case, because you can check those with a multimeter, and I can't see the bit of solder I had left anywhere, bro. Oh no. Okay, we're back. So I finally found the little piece of solder I have left, which I think it's more than enough to finish the job. Right? All we gotta do is solder these 3 legs back together. And that's it. The soldering part is the easiest part. It's always the easiest part out of the whole job. Adding a tiny bit of solder in there. Now we go ahead and clean it off and put it back together. Alright, so it's all cleaned out, good to go. Alright, so let's start putting this back together. Beforehand, I don't know what I touched. A little bit of rubbing alcohol. Clean this right here. Because if not, might get issues with your buttons, right? We don't want that. Wipe every contact out. Make sure there's nothing in them. Now we want to weld these back up. Negative on the top side, positive on the bottom. Oh, please don't snap out of place. Let me put a screw right here for a minute. Avoid from the sticks having it snapping out of place. Gently, not too tight, not too tight. Flies off. I want to fly off. Take screw we put here for a minute. Back out. Gotta like tighten them up real hard. You just let it go slowly, let it go in, and you just, when you feel it a bit tight, you just snug it. Everything seems jammed in place. Let me take this hot iron out of the way. I don't want to get burned again. And then this is the hardest little piece to put in. Jiggle it in so we're not missing anything, right? Nope, nothing on the table, everything's in there. Now the battery goes back in. Verify your power. It's good to go. Console's not turning on because Why my dog gotta be barking every time? It's always something that happens when you're doing a video, right? He's probably playing with something, as usual. Just snug him in, don't tighten too hard. You don't really have to. And then like from the very get-go, make sure this slide it in. Done. Testing time. Alright, so I'm testing. Everything seems to be working fine. All buttons are working. Triggers are working. Everything is working. R1. Everything is working. D-pad. Working. See, when I used to like dash a little bit forward, he would like do this again. He would take another step forward as soon as I let go of the stick. So, stick problem solved. Now it's not doing it. He used to like walk and then I let go and then he would like took another step forward. So it's working fine now. And I don't got no horizontal either. There's a thing that you test your controller out on PC. So that's how you really know if the controller has something. But the only way I'm really gonna know is with the sometimes I'd be flying and then it would just like I would go up and then I would go down and it would go down on its own like this. It almost made me kind of crash. But it's working fine. Rumbles are working. The wings on the jet are not spazzing out or anything like that. Everything, the wings would do like you would see the wings spaz out. If you see the wings spazzing out on your airplane, whatever, it's because you got stick drift issues. But I'm happy with the result, and that's how you switch your potentiometer on your controller. You don't have to buy a new one. Fix it yourself. So there you have it. That's how it's done. You don't need much basic tools and know-how to tear it down and whatnot. You gotta take your time. It takes patience. Basically almost with nothing at all. I'm happy with the outcome. Again, because I already fixed the horizontal and the vertical. It's always most common which ones go bad from my experience. Sometimes you get horizontal on this one depending on what game. Like it all depends on what game. But since you're only like pushing forward, the other thing that wears that out, let me see if I can, every time you push R3, let me see if I can focus into that. Okay, there it goes. Every time you push into R3 or L3, it's gonna make this fork rub in there. I don't know, it's what I'm guessing, but it's typical wear and tear of up and down and such. Alright, so I'm I'm really happy with the outcome. I got my controller back. It's not glitching, it's not spazzing, all the buttons are working. You can buy a whole thing. You don't gotta change the whole thing. You just change your bad potentiometer and you got a controller back. And it costs only maybe, sometimes I've seen it on $3, sometimes I've seen them on $5. You can get these off of eBay, and you can repair the controller yourself without having to buy a new one. And there's a lot of controllers I've seen with stick drift that people sell them because practically they don't dare to open it up. If you want to try it out, buy a new controller and then you can experiment with your faulty controller, stick drift. It doesn't take much. All you gotta, it's wits and know-how, and that's the full process of doing the whole thing. So hope you enjoyed. I hope you like this. I know everybody can't do it, but don't limit yourself. You can do anything you want, man. It only takes time, patience, and practice. Oh, I can't. Never say I can't. You can. Problem is, you gotta learn. Alright? Until next one, I got an upcoming Xbox fix controller as well. I got another PS5 controller fix as well, which I'll be changing all 4 of these potentiometers on the joystick without having to touch the joystick thing itself. These buttons, occasionally they don't go bad, but you got a replacement button in there for some, right? So I got an Xbox controller upcoming fix, another PS5 controller fix from my buddy that is already stick drifting on him, and there you have it. Let's go.